Hello everyone, Meru here, and welcome back to another Monday vlog. Yay! Today, I have a lot of interesting information. First of all, I got nails done. This is the first time I've ever gotten my nails done like this. Like, usually when I went with my mom to get my nails done, it was just like coloring. But this time, I wanted to try something new. So I got big nails. Nom 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 nom. They're really fun. Like, they feel really nice on my scalp, like on my skin. It's really fun. And I got these cute little, I don't know if you can see them. I know my camera won't focus, but it's a cat, a bat, a pumpkin, and a spider web. And they're pink! They're pink and they're cute and I love them. It's $50. Never again. I wasted $100 yesterday because I got mine done and I got my mom's done as well. So I gave her a little bit of a gift for that. Yeah. But yeah, this week has been interesting. And Wednesday I didn't have any class, so I didn't go to school. I just stayed at home and did nothing all day, like always. And then I woke up and I went, the next day, I had a class at 8 in the morning. So I woke up, I was tired, I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to go, but I'm going to go, whatever. And I get there, and I wasn't the only one. There was, like, other students there. We didn't know if we had to go to the computer lab or not. Well, the first day, on Tuesday, we didn't know if we had to go to the computer lab, or to class. So I went to the computer lab. And, like, I went upstairs, I think. How did I do it? I went upstairs, everything was dark, so I went down to the computer lab, and there was a bunch of other people there, and we're like, oh, maybe we are in the lab. And after 15 minutes of waiting, no one showed up, so we're like, okay, let's go back up and see if they're there or not. Everybody was there. Everybody was in the class, so we were late because we didn't know where we had to go. And so we ended up, we were late, but we got to class, no big deal. And then on Thursday, I was like, oh, I don't know either, so I'm gonna go to up top. And everybody was sitting there. Not everybody, there was like 5 people. There was 5 of us sitting there. And then eventually, after like 10 minutes of waiting, one of my classmates is like, oh my god, class was canceled today. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, she posted it at 5 in the morning. The reason I didn't know, because usually I would get the notification and I wouldn't have gone. But my phone broke. My phone just like stopped working all of a sudden. So I had to buy a new one. And I forgot to download the school app, the Canvas. I forgot to download it. So I didn't get a notification of what the teacher said that class was canceled. So we were 5 of us. We were just there. We were like, oh shit, I could have been asleep. I could have gone to sleep. But now we're here. And then I had to go back home and I was just like, ah, fuck. I want to go to sleep. So I went back to sleep. And I woke up like 2 hours later. I woke up at like 11 and I'm like, I'm going to do shit now. But yeah, like, it was interesting to just have like a bunch of people that don't know what the fuck's going on. It's fun. And I love coffee. Gay anime nerd. Speaking of coffee, I work at a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't speak for the brand or the company. I personally love Dunkin' Donuts. Not just working there, but I mean, I don't love working there. It's not like I want to do it for the rest of my life, but I enjoy working there. It's probably one of the best jobs I've ever had. But what was I going on with this? Oh, something really, really funny. If you read the title, you'll know. But we had a new worker, and he quit literally 2 hours after coming in. If he even got to 2 hours. So there, Friday, I get to work, right? I go in at 5 in the morning, like I always do. I start making the food, and then at like 6, this really tall kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's just like this really tall kid. He comes in, and then he's like, oh, I'm new whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think they want me to teach you how to do sandwich station, so I'm gonna do that. I started teaching him, like, hey, this is what we do. When you build a sandwich, it's literally bread, egg, meat, cheese, top of bread. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All you gotta do is make sandwiches. It'll get a little bit like overwhelming at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine, you know. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he was doing a bit of that, but then I had to move to taking orders, and then our manager moved him to cashing out orders. So, and cashing out orders is literally the easiest thing. Is and I told them, ask them before you hand them anything so that you don't give them the wrong order. So I was like, literally just ask them, hey, is this you? All right, cash them out, give them the food, you're good to go. It's literally the easiest thing to do. And then he was doing it. And then before, when we were in the food station, he's like, oh, where's the bathroom? And I'm like, oh, the bathroom's right by the door. It's like, just turn right and it's right there. He's like, oh, okay. And he left it for like 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm not gonna judge what he's doing in the bathroom. None of my business. It's none of my beeswax, so I'm not gonna bother. And then he comes back, and then that's when they move him to window to cash out. And literally like 30 minutes, maybe like an hour, not even, of being at window, he's like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom again. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no big deal. I'll take over. And I took over my job of taking orders and his job of cashing out. And then after like 15 minutes, I'm like, wow, he's taking his sweet ass time in the bathroom, huh? And then the manager comes over and she's like, yeah, no, he quit. And I'm like, Nani the fuck? Nani the fuck? What do you mean he quit? He told me he went to the bathroom. He lied to me. He straight up, like, my manager says that he walked up to her and he was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I just left. And I'm like, what do you mean he just left? He was doing so good. He was quick. He was nice. He was, he was really tall, really strong. We could have, no, he just straight up fucking left 2 hours after starting the job. Is it that bad? Like, I've been working at Dunkin' Donuts in total of, like, at least a year. Because I worked 7 months in one Dunkin' Donuts. Then I went to work at somewhere, at a pizzeria. And then I went back to Dunkin' Donuts a couple months ago. I quit because I had health issues. And then, I didn't quit. I asked them if I could take some time off, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put you as someone that's rehirable. So I left, and I came back now that I'm healthy and I'm good, so that I could go back to work. And, like, Dunkin's with me has been really, really good. Like, Dunkin', like, it's a fast food place, so it's not like, oh my god, the best place to work. There's always gotta be shitty moments, and it's gotta be a nightmare. But, like, overall, I've been treated really, really well by Dunkin' Donuts. And I have no complaints overall, aside from, like, maybe, giving people a little bit more training. Because they kind of just throw you in there and expect you to know everything. And that's not the best way to learn. But, aside from that, like, Dunkin' has been really good to me. And, I don't really pay attention to, like, oh, companies do this or that. Like, aside from, like, I don't know, Dunkin's has treated me really well throughout the years, and I'm honestly really grateful that I've been able to work with them for so long, and I'm honestly probably gonna still work with them for a very long time until I get my shit together. But yeah, no, it was really funny how this dude just left out of nowhere. Like, he wasn't even, like, looking frustrated. He was just doing his thing. He was just grabbing money, cashing out, and then he just left. Like, I'm just wondering, like, what happened? Like, what scared him off? Like, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. He wasn't doing anything too hard, and we weren't, he was like, oh, are we always this busy? And I'm like, yeah, sometimes. Like, this is usually as worst as it gets. It's just car after car after car. This is usually as worst as it gets. This is the blunt of this job. And then he just left. He just straight up fucking left. I'm like, I don't know if it was too much for him. But if that was too much for him, I can't see where else he could work. Because, like, it's just, like, what you do at every fast food place. Like, I don't get it. And then, like, he left. So my job doubled. Not only did I have to pick up orders, I also had to cash out. And it's really difficult when you're like picking up an order and then you're cashing out. You're like, hey, is this your order? And oh, hold on. Hi, thank you for choosing Dunkin's. How can I help you? And it's funny because like this is the way that I talk normally. This is just my way of talking. But when I pick up orders at Dunkin' Donuts, I'm like, thank you for choosing Dunkin's. How can I help you today? Like my voice goes like higher pitch because that's my customer service voice. I'm like, thank you for choosing Dunkin's. How can I help you today? And they're like, oh, hi. Was this your order? Oh, okay. Give us it'll be right up. It's really funny, but everybody has their customer service voice. That's mine. But no, it was my job doubled, and I had to do a lot more work. But it's fine. I'm used to it. We usually only have in an area that you need 4 people to work. We usually have 2 or 3. Sometimes I have to take orders, cash out, and do food. And food gets a nightmare because we only have 1 food station for front counter, drive-through, and delivery orders. And delivery orders, they are a nightmare. Some people order like up to 8 sandwiches for delivery. And I have to make all of that while doing drive-through orders and front counter orders, which front counter usually gets 2 to 3 sandwiches and drive-through gets 2 to 3 sandwiches as well. So I have to do all these orders all at the same time. I managed to do it somehow. I just tell everybody, shut the fuck up and like leave me alone. I'll get to your orders once I do drive-through first, then eat-in, then I do deliveries. And I'm like back, I'm like boom, 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 sandwich. All the sandwiches. I do all the sandwiches. I'm the cook. I'm usually the cook, and I enjoy it. I like it. It's making sandwiches. It's not anything out of this. It's not anything hard. It's just making sandwiches. Like, I know everything about... I know how to work every station in Dunkin' Donuts. I know how to work everything. I know how to do sandwiches. I know how to do drinks. And I know how to cash out and take orders. I know everything. I know how to do every single thing there. I even do... I even help the manager doing the red book, which is like temperatures. I do it when I can. When I can, I go take temperatures of things, put it in the book, and boom, we're done. I know everything. I should be a manager, but I don't want to be a manager because I don't want to stay in Dunkin' Donuts for the rest of my life. I have dreams and aspirations outside of Dunkin' Donuts, so I don't want to be a manager. Also, that's too much responsibility, and I'm in school, so... I mean, it's not like I'm doing that great in school anyways, but... At least I'm trying. I'm not, but anyway. Anyways, let's move on from my failure. I went back to reading this book. It's like, oh my god, well, it's such a big book. It's a Solitary Witch, Book of Shadows. And I'm honestly not that far into it. I'm only like a couple pages in. Like maybe like, how far am I in? I'm only 42 pages in. And I'm learning about deities and stuff. But I started reading the book again because I'm really interested. There's a lot of things about Wicca that I still need to learn and still need to get. And honestly, I love the book. It's really informative. And it was like, what, $25? It was $25. It was $25. So much information. It's an entire Wicca glossary of just everything Wicca. And... it was $25. That's so good. And I need to get back to reading it. But yeah, no, this week has just been interesting. Oh, yesterday, when I was like 5 minutes before leaving work, 2 of my coworkers started a fight out of nowhere. I just hear them yelling at each other, and I'm like, what happened? And I'm like, yo, you two, stop. Yeah, I'm like, hey guys, calm down. You're scaring the customers. Just chill out. And they just kept yelling louder. And I think one of them called me a bitch. But I don't know if she was talking to me or if she was talking to the coworker she was fighting with. Because I'm like, hey guys, calm down. Let's chill out. Be the bigger person. Just calm down. And then one of my coworkers, like the one that called me a bitch. I don't know if they called me a bitch or they called the other coworker a bitch. I don't know. But she left. She just like went outside and disappeared. I don't know if she went home or if she went to cool down, but I was just like, okay, Y'all aren't listening to me. This is none of my beeswax. I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna make myself food and drink, and I'm gonna go home. And that's exactly what I did. I don't know if they resolved the fighting, because they were supposed to continue working for a couple hours. I don't know if they resolved it, and again, it's none of my beeswax. Once I'm out. I clock in, I do my job, I clock out, and I forget Duncan exists. That's how I do it. That's how I manage. I just forget. I'm just a regular worker. I come in, I clock in, do my job as best as I can, clock out, and fuck off. That's the best way to do it. We got the new peanut butter macchiato. It's like a peanut butter cup flavor, and I was really excited because I love peanut butter. But when I tried it, it tastes less than peanut butter and more like peanuts. Because peanut butter is salty. I love salty. But it's not salty. It's just like non-flavored peanuts. And I didn't like it. So I went back to drinking the regular coffee that I drink. That's not the same coffee that I have over here. This is a different coffee that I drink in the mornings. That I drink at home than what I drink in Dunkin' Donuts. But yeah, no, this week has been interesting. I really still don't get how he just left after 2 hours. What happened? I just want to know. What scared him off to, like, leave and not come back? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, did he get, like, a panic attack or something? Because he went to the bathroom and he took, like, 15 minutes. And then he went, like, less than an hour later, he went to the bathroom again. Went to the bathroom again. Like, maybe he just had, like, a mental breakdown and he just quit because he thought he could do it, but then he couldn't. But, like, 2 hours. Only, like, he walked in, did 2 hours, and left. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's not that hard of a job. Like, I know, I do everything in that store. It's not that hard of a job. But cashing out is probably one of the easiest ones to do. Because it's literally just cashing out. You hear like, hey, is this your order? Okay, it's this amount of money. Boom, boom, boom. Here's your food. Have a great day. That's literally all you gotta do. But I guess it was too much for him, or I don't know, or I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Anyways, that's probably gonna be enough for this video today because I'm tired and I got shit to do. So that's about 17 minutes of me talking. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, make me famous. Because I'm cute. No. Squishy cheeks. I got squishy cheeks. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Meru out.